both parents instilled in me the importance of giving back. So with that being said, I always it's like it's in my DNA.
It takes a village to make a change, and you're definitely the base of an amazing change that's continuing to happen.
Like, subscribe, and share to Voices of Linden TV.
Good evening, everybody. We welcome to the Voices of Linden this evening, Marlyn De Abreu Waterton from the Give Foundation 592. Welcome, Marlyn.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's exciting. Can't wait to hear more about you and your foundation. And as we get started, tell me a little bit more about you and growing up in Linden.
Okay, so my name is Marlyn De Abreu, and I was born and raised in Linden. I went to Amilesworth Primary, Regman Primary, then I went on to one of the best schools in Linden, in my opinion, the Christianburg Wisma Secondary School, also known as Multi. And then after finishing high school, my father enrolled me into dental school. But that's a decision I have no regrets, because since migrating to the United States of America, I was able to be working still into the dental field just because of my background in dentistry. I remember after finishing high school, I wanted to go and work, and my father said, no, you have to go get a career. And I remember vividly when that night after graduation, he was like, okay, you could go and work, but this um, paper that you have in your hand, your certificate, no one could take that away from you. And for that, I'm grateful that, he enrolled me into dental school. And I've been in dentistry over 30 something years now.
Oh, wow. That is definitely something to be very proud of. And also, I think your dad probably had a lot of wisdom. Knowledge is power. It's something that you're, like he said, no one can ever take that away from you. And it's
Right.
molded into you and who you are today, which, of course, is the founder of Give Foundation 592. So share with us what that is all about.
Well, prior to Give Foundation, at the age of 16, I was registered into the Upper Demerara Leo Club. So that is where my as a humanitarian servant, began. So I've always, wanted to give back, because I was fortunate that I always tell people I was fortunate to be raised in a household where both parents instilled in me the importance of giving back. So with that being said, I always it's like it's in my DNA. So I've been doing it since I was small, because my dad and my mom were lions. So that's how come I become a Leo. And after migrating to the United States of America, I was a part of the Linden Dream Team for a little while. And then eventually I started my own organization, which is Give Foundation 592. And the give is for generosity is valuable everywhere. So that's where I get the word give from.
There's nothing better than having that feeling of kindness, and it brings about so much happiness, not only to the people that are receiving it, but to you yourself for giving it. So it sounds very, very passionate about giving, and of course forming your own foundation. Sounds like you yourself had that foundation to be able to carry forth. So
Yes.
it's exciting. The benefits of giving is so underestimated today that I think people don't realize what it really does for your soul and your
Yes.
happiness. So
Especially when you give and you see people are appreciative of what you're giving them, and you see the smiles on people's face when you're interacting, that is priceless.
yeah,
So
it is indeed. And priceless because you also are in the dentistry field and you're giving smiles to us all the time. But this is a different kind of smile, isn't it?
yes, totally.
Yeah. So the Give Foundation, what exactly does it entail, and what do you guys do, and how do you go about doing it?
Well, we started 2017. That is when the organization was formed. And since then, we've been doing we do Thanksgiving dinners with the shelters in Jersey. and we did Christmas parties with the shelters in New York. And that is in December. And every year I go home to Guyana in July, and that is when we do the backpack drive, and we focus for the kids between 5 to 11. So what I normally do, I would reach out on Facebook to all my friends and family and, ask for donations. Some of them give monetary, some of them send the actual donation to me. They would inbox me and ask me where to send it, and then I would give them the address. So, and a lot of people say that, they appreciate me doing it because they want to do something, but they don't have the time to do it. So through me, they get the opportunity to give back in their own way. But I'm just like the vessel to go and do the delivery. But I get the help from a lot of supporters, and I just can't thank them enough for, believing in me and encouraging me to continue to give.
Oh, well, thanks to all those people that are being part of your foundation too. And it's great to have that gratitude for them. And so in terms of a backpack, like I was sharing with you before, I got my first brand new backpack when I was entering into Mackenzie High School.
Maybe if it was a part before then, maybe you would have gotten one earlier.
Oh, well, you know what? We were very poor when I was growing up, and I can't imagine what it took from my parents to even get that for me. I remember my dad coming up on his Kawasaki to Watuka Day School. I was coming down the steps and he presented it to me, and I was just so excited to receive my first backpack. So I can just imagine what it's like for those kids that are receiving it. I mean, life changes really fast, and it's amazing what a matter of years can do to you, because it's not so long after that the tides of time changed and became a different time for our family. But I remember those moments. I remember it vividly, actually. So when you told me the story about the backpack drive, it really resonated, and I will be happily contributing to your foundation for sure, so that some lucky children can get some backpacks.
Well,
But
thank you for the support in advance.
oh, you're most welcome. It's amazing, what it takes a village to make a change, and you're definitely the base of an amazing change that's continuing to happen. And we really appreciate it. Nothing happens without the other in this life. So with that said, I know you're going home for Linden Tongue Week.
Yes, I will be going home this year for Linden Tongue Week because my organization with another team would be collaborating. They asked me to join on board and with that also to help to raise funds to go towards the backpack drive and any other project that I want to do in Linden. So I'm happy about that and excited,
Yes. So out of all the places in the world, Linden is obviously where our hearts are.
And that happened to be the slogan for this year, Tongue Week. Linden is the heart of Guyana.
I truly believe it is. I think I said this yesterday. Some of the most amazing, incredible human beings have resulted from that town of Linden, and some of the most caring hearts. And I truly wish sometimes when I think of Linden that we have Linden Tongue Week coming up, and this would be the year that we can make an impact, not necessarily on who's coming to visit us, but what we present to and how amazing we are in terms of anybody that we have an interaction with.
Correct.
That are living there, that we can make the impact on, to say, you know what, our customer service stands out, our tongue stands out. Oh, I want to come back to this place.
Yeah.
Presented in such a way that people see its true potential of what it has to offer. I think that if we can go overseas and become entrepreneurs, then those of us back home, we have it within us to do the same thing. So I'm really hoping that for Linden Tongue Week, as you take that turn, and I don't know, I think you still enter Linden the same way, right? You come off like
when you're driving on the highway, when that turn is like everything.
It should be impactful, like colorful, and just like as you drive in, something that resonates and mark it as the significant town that it is. Gosh, don't get me started. You can tell I'm getting so passionate.
I know, I'll be bragging about Linden too to everybody,
Yes. And so in terms of someone wanting to contribute to Give Foundation 592, how do they go about doing that?
They could reach out to me on Facebook, Marlyn De Abreu, or Marlyn De Abreu Waterton. I got 2 Facebook pages, or on Instagram at Give Foundation 592. We have a page there. And also I normally put out a flyer with the information as to if you want a Zelle or a Cash App, you could use the number 862-262-2564.
Okay. Well,
Or if
Andrew,
you want to send the donation directly to me, feel free to inbox me, and then I could, give you the address as to where you could send the donation. And then on the day of the event, which is July 17th in Linden, I normally post pictures because I'm very transparent, because I feel if someone is giving me donation, I need them to see where and what your donation did and what, the smiles on everyone's face. Before the event, I normally would ask the parents, is it okay for me to post your child or your children? And once I have that permission, then I post it. And a lot of people reach out, they be happy, that's why I think people always support me, because in terms of me being transparent, they get to see everything is always out there.
Oh, yes. Well, transparency is the key. And as we all
Yes.
know, your name is your credit card to life.
Exactly.
So it's nice to have that transparency so everybody can see. But who doesn't love seeing a smile on a child's face? Like
Yes.
that's something that's priceless for sure. And in terms of how do you go about deciding who gets the backpack? Like how do you do it?
So I have members home on the ground. So they reach out to like school teachers, people in the neighborhood, and would ask, like who in your neighborhood you think less fortunate or deserving. And, that is how we go around doing, getting it, because the teachers would know from the students coming into school every day, they would have a sense or an idea as to who, and people in the neighborhood. And it's been very good so far, in terms of, who we pick and to come to do it.
Yeah, I love that because I think promoting goodness and recognizing goodness is what can cause even the slightest and simplest of changes. And any act of kindness, whether it's the person receiving it who've been kind to someone else with whatever they have to offer, to the person who's actually gifting the backpacks and the donations, it just
Yeah.
really can give you such a warm feeling regardless. And sometimes it's the people or the young kids who just can't, what would typically be what you would think would be a good act, but really it's
Yeah.
just that little kind thing or the little difference they do within their means that just really, really can spark such a change in someone's life when you think about it.
Yeah, and
Like,
last year, the year before, actually, we made a commitment to the Bamia Primary School, and we told them like the child with a perfect attendance gonna get a tablet. And we did fulfill that promise last year, because the year before we promised them, because apart from doing the backpack drive in Central Mackenzie, which is by the bandstand, we would go up to Bamia Primary School, since they can't come down to us, and we would give the entire school backpacks. And then last year they did it to a school in Mablissa. The school had like about 33 students, and they gave the entire school. The team went up to Mablissa and they gave the entire school, backpacks. So,
oh,
the
nice.
teachers were very
Yeah.
happy. They said the kids was very happy and stuff like that.
No, that's good that you guys are going outside of the environs,
Yeah.
It's really nice because those are oftentimes the children that are hit the hardest and have to travel the furthest.
Yes.
And, and I just love that. It's making me get so like it's
Yeah,
really
because
very, very touching.
because when we do it in July, school is out, and then maybe the parents have to work. They don't have time to bring them down. So the teachers, they don't mind going back up into the neighborhood and then having the kids assembled somewhere within the community. I don't know where it was. And they hand it out, to the students. So
Well, that speaks volumes to the teachers also and the
yeah,
heart
they
they
commit
have. So
themselves to come back and do that.
yeah, so kudos to them for their
Yes.
kindness and their kind acts and recognizing too what a difference that you're making, but also they can make. And I know Mobisa very well. When I was younger, we had a farm there, and I know how scary it is. I can't imagine having to walk to school. Like, pretty sure there's some snakes crawling across the road there. But there's no fat folks there, is there? Gosh, when I used to walk
Where?
home well, in Mobisa, I don't think I ever saw
Oh,
fat
I'm
folks
not sure.
there.
I never
But
went to Mablissa. I just passed from either going to Georgetown. or
Oh,
coming. Yeah.
yeah. But no, yeah, we used to go into Mobisa quite often. We had a farm in there. But yeah, it's not like when you're walking home from Mackenzie High School to Richmond Hill, you used to just jump in every fat poke bush along the way and eat your way to Richmond Hill. But no, it's definitely something remarkable you're doing, and we're happy to be helping in our little way. And so, Marlyn, what
Yes.
kind of advice would you want to give to someone, to one of those young students, or anyone out there, about not only being a businesswoman and having your own foundation and being an entrepreneur, and also being in your dental work that you do and applying what your father dreamt for you, the knowledge, the love, the care. What would you like to give as an advice to someone listening out there?
Well, the advice that I normally give my kids also that I would give to them is just one of them is just stay true to yourself. And the next advice is to know your purpose, because we all are here and we all have a purpose. Whatever your purpose is, you just stay true to it. Once you believe in it, in life, you're going to get a lot of no's. Nothing good come easy. We can get a lot of bumps. We can get a lot of detours. But once you stay true to yourself and you believe in your purpose, you are destined for greatness.
That's amazing. Great advice, and definitely life-changing. So, with that said, we've come to the end of our show, and we'll make sure that Andrew James puts up your information for the Gift Foundation. And before I close, is there any lasting words you'd like to give us?
Well, before we go, I just want to thank everyone that always support me along the way, everyone who believe in Gift Foundation. And without you, Gift Foundation would not have been possible. And I thank people in advance for their continued support with me. And I'll always, do my best to make you guys proud. And I appreciate everything that you guys been doing for Gift Foundation for the past 7 years. Yes, and this year actually it's the 5th year, but the backpack drive is the 5th year this year. We already asked for permission to do it by the I Love You Linden sign. I think that's gonna be a nice place to do it this year. I want to do it different. I want to have a lot of fun stuff for the kids to do, when they come to pick up the backpacks. Normally we do like bouncy house and stuff, but I'm trying to incorporate some other stuff in there, to make it fun for the kids. And my goal this year is to do 1,000 or more backpacks.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's
Yes.
exciting on its own, and quite exemplary. So, and I love the idea of turning it into something that's fun for the kids, something that
Yes.
they'll always have a memory. We take for granted the moments that define us, you know? Can you imagine coming to get something that you're going to carry things that are important to you, but that you get to have a fun day? And I'm sure the adults they're going to enjoy. Like if I was
Yes.
there, I'd be in the bouncy house too. So
But
I'd be happy.
also the parents, they would come up to us like either, myself or other members, because at the end we go and we reflect like on the day, and parents be like, we really appreciate what you guys are doing. This is one less expense come September. And because a backpack is like about 3,500, 4,000 in Guyana, and that money could go towards something else. So they do appreciate, the help from everyone. Not me per se, because people, but they appreciate it dearly.
Oh, well, we appreciate you and all the
Thank
good
you.
things you're doing. And of course, Andrew James is going to be so happy because you finally did the show with us after 3 years of him begging.
I know, because I'm, it's so busy. Apart from Gift Foundation, I got my job, I have my kids, But we're trying to do apart from that, we're still trying to do some other things in Linden. Last year we did dental screen checkups with one of the providers from Linden, Dr. Sion. I spoke with him and he came with us and we did dental examination on the kids in Bamiyan. That was a nice little project. Also, I forgot to mention, like during COVID also, people donate towards food hampers. because you remember a lot of seniors and some people could not come out. So we did hampers for people. We did over 200 hampers for Linden, and we did over 100 hot meals for the frontline workers.
Oh,
So
that's
yeah.
remarkable. You know, it's good to remember these things because it's the little things that count in making a
Yes.
difference and going a far way. So that's really hard, like very touching to hear, because oftentimes we forget the seniors and we forget the ones that can't.
Yeah.
So it's nice to know that your foundation, and also that you have the accessibility to organize things like, you know, just hygiene checks and oral hygiene checks and things that we, as sometimes in poor communities of our hometown, don't think about how important it is to have these and how important to our health it is.
Let me thank my team, because I'll be coming up with all the crazy ideas. And like I'm trying to remember when I ever hear someone say, you know, I don't think we should do that. They always support me, you know, because I be thinking about stuff. Sometimes I reach out to my sister, I was like, what do you think? We could do this? And she'd be like, yeah, okay, all right. This is what you want to do? Okay, you know. So my sisters and my friends back home, I know sometimes they tired of me, like, really, Marlyn? Okay, all right. But they always supportive. So even during COVID, they put their own lives at risk out there, driving around, dropping off, you know, hampers to people that can't come out. So I'm very appreciative of them also.
That's good. It's always good to have great people by your side
Yes.
and that can feel what your intuition is leaning to and guide you in the right direction. So it's good to have those behind you and leading you all the way and helping you in your life decisions as we enter into the next stages of our happy lives.
Well, technically, I'm gonna be one this year because I start over life.
I love it. Hey, there's nothing wrong with starting over life. I don't know. I mean, we're women, we can talk about this, but I feel like now when you have your kids and they're older and you're at this stage, you don't worry anymore about like what your career is going to be, what life is going to be like. You learn to appreciate your other years. Yes. Well, Marlyn, it was such a pleasure having you on our show this
Thank
evening.
you. I appreciate
Let's
it.
not wait another 3 years, okay?
Okay. Anything new pop up, you know, like I'll let you guys know.
Yes. Well, it was our pleasure. And I'm sure for everyone else that's watching out there, remember, an act of kindness makes you extremely happy and feeling blessed. And so please do feel free to contact us and also reach out to Marlyn and donate, because, you know, the act of giving, like I said, it's one of the best feelings ever. And her and her team are doing a great job on the ground. And be safe and enjoy your evening, everyone. Thanks again, Marlyn.
Giving back is fun. That's our hashtag.
Perfect.
It feels
Perfect.
great, actually. Giving back feel great.
It does. Yes. All right. Good night.
Good night.